So I think we're going to let everybody else ask some questions. Does that sound like a good idea? So I think we'll see if anybody has questions for you. Because I know that there might be Instagram questions, and I think there's blogging questions and cover art questions. And I've already harassed Riley about the fan fiction one. So I'm going to leave it up to questions. So Janet?
Sorry, I
playing favorites.
Because it's a teen times panel, and all of you guys are literally like light years ahead of probably everyone else in the room or your age. How do you you guys are running businesses at very young ages, and that's a lot to take on. There's deadlines and there's responsibilities and there's obligations, and you're thrown into a very mature world sometimes, and there's opportunities to make money and to F up money and like all kinds of things. And so how do you balance that and work that? And what would your advice be to other teens who want to do what you do?
Well, sorry, Karen. I guess we kind of neglected on Ashley's. We neglected to say that she was she just recently she got a job at the library too and couldn't handle all of it. She was an assistant to Courtney Cole, and so I'll let her talk about that aspect of it because that'll answer that question. Since she was earning money doing that, and then but we're going to go all the way down the line. We'll go all the way down so everybody get a chance.
It's all the responsibilities that go with running an adult business at such a young age.
Until a few months ago, I was Courtney's assistant, and so I was helping her with a lot of tips on social media, and so we were doing a lot of things with ideas with books, and I was almost afraid to tell her things just because I'm a very shy person, and so I was like, I don't know how much I should share, and so that was a new experience just because I wasn't sure how I was supposed to act with it and getting paid for something like that. It was weird at first just because I had to get used to it. I was so used to just working with my mom and being so open with her to now being open with somebody that we're friends with. It was very different. But especially now getting asked by publishers, a recent one I did was a 6-week Instagram, and that was the first time I had ever done anything that long. And it was almost a little bit too much pressure to be keeping up with that much stuff. And so I think next time I will cut back and ask them if I could do it a little bit shorter, just because it's hard to keep up and have new ideas to post of the same book. And they wanted 2 posts a week. And it was hard to think of new ideas of how I was going to make it different and how to get people to want to buy it and read the book. And so next time I think I'm going to do it a little bit differently.
Yeah, explain a little about how the publishers are reaching out once you hit a certain stage on Instagram. It is a business. It's just like advertising, and so you get publishers who are going to reach out to you, and suddenly they want you to do this, and then you have all this pressure. The pressure to do these creative things and stuff, and so.
After I hit 10,000 followers, I started tagging all the publishers and the authors just because I wanted to see if they would notice. And all the publishers have now started emailing me and saying, we have this offer. If you want to be a part of it, you're open to it. And so that's how I got the Harry Potter one. I've gotten Morgan Matson. Yeah.
I'm just curious, what kind of offers do they give you?
For the Harry Potter one, they said they wanted just a Harry Potter theme post to celebrate the illustrated coming out. And so they said they would send you the book if you would make a post about it. Oh my
God. Now, did you get it or did Tiffany get it?
No, I got it.
Yeah,
you get it early.
Yeah.
I think I got it. That one I had to wait until the week it came out, but the Morgan Matson book, I got it 2 months early, and they gave you options, and so they said you could get a phone case that prints out pictures, or you could get a gift card with it. And so they kind of give you little prizes to help do giveaways, and so they treat you really well. That's probably my favorite part, is that they don't just bribe you with it. They're like, we want you to be a part of this, we want you to have fun, we want you to be included in this community, and so that's what they're doing now.
All right, Bella.
I really forgot the question.
Well, what's your advice?
There was so many questions.
There's 2 questions. How do you handle a business, running your, deadlines and all the stuff you have to do in your normal life? And then also, what advice would you give to a teen who wanted to start a blog?
Well, it was really hard in the beginning, especially everyone who was supporting me. I got lots of books, and I didn't know where really had to do a lot of what I've been doing now. I would definitely recommend a sketchbook.
Good advice.
I didn't do that. I just grabbed a book and read it. I really like going up to authors and meeting them face to face and learning about their newest books that are coming out.
She rocked it today and yesterday, running around talking to everyone.
She has networked to death.
Really
Most authors.
Yes.
All right, Sydney, do you want to take a chance?
Yeah, I think a really good one for doing art is like keep things extremely organized. I remember last summer when Janet hired me, I had a little bit of a rush of people, and I was like really excited. I was like, oh my god, I'm just gonna do all of it. And then it got confusing, and I was like, wait, where did I put what? And is that even done? And you know, you learn fast, you make a mistake like that, and it's just like, it was easy to fix, and you just like figure it out. And then it's just like, oh, okay, I just keep everything in folders. And then, what else was I gonna say? Yeah, also, because I just figured, oh, I can just, you know, multitask, and I can just do like 5 at a time. No! it's like, it's not just something you just kind of just spit out. Like, it takes so long to do, especially larger products, or projects like Janet's, that it's like you want to get them done as quick as possible, especially in a first come, first serve. You don't want to have someone who asks first be the last one. Like, you know, it's just bad service. So I just learned that way of having kind of a waiting list and just doing one at a time to get like the best out of it.
And Riley, do you ever feel any pressure with the fan fiction? How do you handle like writer's block or anything like that?
When I get writer's block, like, I'll just listen to music and then maybe throw some stuff.
Throw some stuff. That's great.
It's reasonable.
Yeah, just listen to music to try to get some creative stuff going.
All right, you had a question?
Oh, I know. I was like, got about it. What are all of your preferences? Like, before you read a book or do a book on the blog or whatever, do you have like a favorite genre or something? Like, what's your favorite kind of book to read, I guess?
Yeah, we're gonna go right down the line again, so.
I usually will pick it if it's my favorite genre, which is historical fiction lately or YA contemporary. And so if I see a book or get offered a book that's in those genres, I will usually pick up that one first. I'm terrible with a to-be-read file, and so I changed my book around a lot. And so I usually will go back to my favorite genres first before anything else. I like every genre. I'm not a fan of Western until I read her book, Susan Birdworth.
She didn't get paid to plug her, by the way. She just.
And my favorite would probably have to be fantasy romance, supernatural, shifters, anything like
Paranormal, I think. Is...
I'm a Twilight fan, you know. Yep, gotta love the Twilight.
Not ashamed to say it. Come to your strong stuff.
I'm not quite sure how to answer this one because I don't do.
What do you like to draw?
Oh,
Yeah.
there you go, yeah.
What
Yeah,
do I like
cater
to
to-
draw? Okay. My favorite thing to draw is like I do like horror art, like or like gore, you know. Like, gross. But like, I think like one of my favorite ones that I did was I have a zombie eating pizza and she has like brains on the pizza.
Did
and
you
it's
just
like-
do that? Like, I swear I just saw that walking through the room.
Yeah,
That was
it's-
you?
Yeah.
A+.
Yeah, but like that's probably my favorite though. I've done other things like that, and it's I don't know what it is about it. I think it's just because it's like a little bit different. It's not like the usual, and it's kind of like if there's like a way to put a message into it, then it can be so relatable to some people. They're like, oh my god, yes.
And sometimes it's okay to see an eyeball on the floor and stuff, so yeah. and
Well, she
sometimes
probably
we do
goes
that.
through a lot of red pencils, I'd say.
Yes. For sure.
Riley, what's your favorite genre to read?
is that mostly what your fan fiction is?
Yeah.
Is paranormal? And is your fan fiction always based off of animes and books, or what? What are they mostly based off of?
Usually books or movies or TV shows.
Okay.
I have a question for Riley. She knows that her and I have a mutual love of fan fiction. So, do you find that, like, so I put the first 10 chapters of my book up on Wattpad, and it got me some readers. Now, would you say that you think that would be helpful for authors to try to, like, engage that fan base? Because, I mean, what I write is, you know, my stuff. It's not like I'm writing fan fiction, but I still seem to pull in that genre, like the YA paranormal. Do you think that's beneficial for authors to give like a sample of their work, as long as they put a disclaimer that the whole book isn't going to be up there? Do you find that that would be beneficial? Do you like that sort of thing, or do you think that's not really necessary?
I mean, it might help. I mean, I've never read anything like that.
Mhm.
So really,
I have.
Have you?
I'm only a reader.
Mhm.
I don't write, and I do. Yes.
You're a
I'll
bread
go
and
to
butter, not
Wattpad.
only a reader. You're the reader.
I'll go to Wattpad, and there'll be like first 4 chapters, and so I'll go and read and be like, ooh, I like that, and I'll go buy it.
Okay, good. Okay, that's what I'm
It's a
looking for.
tasty teaser.
When you are taking your Instagram photos, do you have like a prop closet? Because that would certainly be handy. Or do you just kind of rummage through your house going, oh, I need that today?
Kind of a little bit of both. Me and my mom are way too obsessed with Funko Pops, and so I'll try to match up a Funko Pop to a book that I'm reading. We have so
I'm
many.
like, oh, the only one here.
I don't know what that is. So.
The Funko Pops. I told the little thing. Like we just
The bobbleheads that everybody's got on their bookshelves.
we were just in the Barnes and Noble store. The little pony and dragon thing. I was like, oh, and they have Hagrid and
Harry Potter, Game of Thrones. They have them in the room. They have them in the room with
Yeah, I
the
know.
fun stuff.
yeah.
They have like black souls eyes.
They have a
And there we go with the horror thing again, right? They're soulless.
But along with that, I also use my bookshelf a lot. I love just holding up a book in front of the books and taking that. And recently, my cat and I have started this thing where when I go out to the library, I'll tell him that I'm taking a picture, and he will sprint to the library from whatever room he's in, and he will pose as my model. And we take pictures all the time of, I'll put a prop on him, and I'll stick a Harry Potter book in front of him, and he will be that model for me for that picture.
Oh, you love the kitties.
Yeah,
What are you
well,
putting on your cat?
we had a Harry Potter like little hat, Gryffindor, and he's an orange cat, and so I stuck it on him and said that he was Hermione's cat.
Aww.
So that